Hashtag.
Squad goals.
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 Hashtag.
Hopscotch.
Welcome. We are back.
We back.
This is All Together Kids.
Hashtag Squad Goals.
The podcast. This is a spot where you come to get your inspirations and the tools you need to make your entrepreneurial endeavors, the dreams come true. I'm your host, Kitt.
I'm your host, TaKenya.
I'm your host, Aleicha.
She had a pause right there. She forgot her name, y'all.
Right. I was going to be somebody else for a second.
I thought I was supposed to be somebody else. I thought we were taking no other characters.
All right, I don't know what my co-host's been smoking, but I still know who I am. I'm smart,
still your girl,
I'm
Leash.
beautiful, and I'm important.
Okay.
And else, yes, you is smart. You
There we go.
is
There we go.
important.
Now that we back, we talked about finding your zone, what's your biggest distractions, and realizing that you need more than just you to make it happen.
Yes.
Now we had gave you tidbits, some snippets,
Some to-dos.
and we also gave you to-dos that we said put in the comments and below on the video. Let us know we what it is and what it was and what it had been.
Yes.
So today we're gonna dive a little bit deeper into finding your zone. What is that thing that you have a skill or a talent for, and it gets pushed on the back burner to the back burner to the back of the line,
To the back.
to the depths of your soul, and
All the way
it's just
down.
tormenting you because you need to get this thing out of you. Today we will help you identify those things, and we're gonna help you find your zone. But first, a little word from our sponsors. We want to take a moment to thank our sponsor, our one and only sponsor,
The one and only.
the grand sponsorship,
Whoop,
The Content House. Is located in South Holland, Illinois. It's a really dope spot where you can get your photos, video, podcast done, so much more, and so much more.
The Content House is a multimedia production facility, your content army to fuel your brand, have customers, clients, and followers engaging with you like never before.
So join the content revolution and discover the easiest way to create consistent content that converts.
Man, they converted me already.
Convert you.
I'm a believer.
You a believer.
I'm a believer.
All right, man. So let's get into it. Boom.
Finding your zone.
Finding your zone. So we learned in elementary that when you're trying to discover things, you look up or you try to figure out what the 5 whats are. What are those 5 things that you usually start
It's like a what?
What?
with?
When? Where? How? That's not a what. That's not a W,
It's not
though.
a W, though, but you know,
But
kind of in there.
Who?
who?
And why.
Oh, why?
And why.
Whichever.
I don't know if whichever was in there.
Whichsoever.
But it was one of the W's that were left off. I don't really know why they excluded that one and didn't make it 6 W's, but there's only 5 W's. The what, the when, the who, the where, and the why. So today we want to kind of use that as a guideline to help you find your zone. So the first up is the what.
What?
The what?
So what is the thing that you do? And we like to think about it as that transcending thing that you can forget about everything else and just do this one thing. Like you'll forget there's food on the stove, you forget there's kids that haven't got dressed yet, you'll forget everything because you just lose sight of time.
Oh, wow. That's great. That's great. Let's answer that. I'll answer it.
You answer
I'll
that?
start. For me, I can just lose track of time making music. Literally.
Yep. I'm a witness.
A dope
A witness.
beat will just,
You're poof,
I'm gone.
disappear.
I disappear. I'm gone. I'm in Never Neverland.
Yep.
Forever Everland.
Forever, Everland.
Ever?
R.I.P. Joe Jackson.
For me, it's anything planning. anything. It could be numbers. It could be anything, really. Anything that means that I have to plan something. I can get lost in that until it's completely done, even when it's not done and it has to be like drawn out of my hands by somebody. I still get just completely out of the zone with that.
Oh, wow. Out of the zone or into the zone?
Out of the zone.
Into the zone.
All right.
Into the
Auto zone.
auto zone. I think for me, it's more than one, but
It's more than one for me, too.
it's more than one, but it happens often. Whenever I am creating, I get into a zone, and it's really difficult.
Yeah.
Like creating anything,
Yeah.
whatever that is.
I would
It
say
could be a
that, too.
painting. It could be I'll just keep going and keep going.
This is my
And
time.
Stuff will
And
not
it's
get
never
done.
done right.
No, right. It's always ways to make it. Oh no. But that's it's so satisfying when you're
Yeah.
doing that thing that transcends time. It's so satisfying to you.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's
That's when you know you're in the zone.
You
Yeah.
feel like it's what you've been put on this earth to do. Now, for me,
Yeah.
it was more than one thing. It was just the creation process, period. But it started with music, so
Yeah.
I can really like attest to the music part of it.
Right.
But it's like it started with music, and I just feel like I could just make a beat forever.
Forever.
Yeah, yeah. That's
Yeah.
how I am with singing.
Yeah.
When I'm on stage and I'm singing for like an hour or 2 hours, and then I have to switch over and let somebody else sing, I'm just looking like,
Give me back my
No.
stage.
I want to keep singing. I'm not
want
done
the
yet.
stage. I
the
want the whole stage.
I want the mic.
I want the whole mic.
I know that's bad,
That's funny.
but that shows how much I really enjoy doing what I do.
You're gonna turn
Yeah.
the black swan on y'all. Y'all better watch out. Y'all better watch out.
And another big indicator is where you put your money. What you can literally spend.
Yeah.
Because it not only transcends time in that case, it transcends what you even have in your wallet. Because you just forget that you don't even have this money,
Oh.
but
You
you
will-
just gets to spending.
You will
yeah.
make room for
Going to
it.
you
Michael's
will
and
make
Hobby
room.
Lobby.
You will make
They gonna
time
use all
for
of my
it,
money.
and you will make money for
You will
it.
make
Yes.
time and you'll make money.
Yeah.
Yes.
Somehow it gets elastic.
I
No.
remember as a kid, I never wanted anything else but music equipment. I mean, even to this
Till this
day,
day, he's still a kid.
to this day, I have some of the equipment I have because when I was, younger, it was just like, don't buy me anything for the whole year. When my birthday comes or when Christmas comes, just get me this one piece of gear I want.
Yeah.
Don't buy me no shoes. Don't buy me no clothes. I'll be stinking and dirty just for this one moment to get this new
Yeah.
MPC, this new beat machine, this
Yeah.
new
Yeah.
piece of software.
Yeah, that was another point that's very important too. Is what is that thing that you can literally like come out of the dungeon after a week smelling, stinking, hungry, and it didn't concern you that it took you all that time. It don't concern you that you stink, you haven't taken a shower, you haven't brushed your teeth. Like that doesn't concern you. Your concern is you were creating this thing.
Yeah.
Or
Yeah.
spending your time doing this thing.
Yeah. That was it for me. It was the whole.
Nobody knows you're alive anymore. They're looking
It's
for
like,
you.
man, where did you go? it's been weeks that I've been like making music or creating anything, and I've grown a beard from skin, and it's like I don't think I got a beard. I think a beard got me. It's like it got me in the head,
attacking
like
you.
it's attacking me. And I would look at my wife and I'd be like, I need to go get a haircut because I look like I'm gonna rob somebody.
Yep. So that's the what. So what is that thing for you? Comment in the comments below what that is for you. That you go broke, you'll be stinky for, you'll lose time. Doesn't matter as long as you can do that thing.
You'll spend money.
Spend money you
yeah.
don't have.
I mean, this is just the onset, the start of what it is this the start, like the kindling of the fire.
Yeah, it is. It is. So then the when.
Mhm.
So when are those times where you're in that undeniable space? Like, what is that time? When is that time where you find yourself kind of like stuck in this thing? So is it a time of day? Is it a day of the week? Is it a time of the year? Is it seasonal? Like, when is that time where you feel the most in your zone?
I got a question.
Even if you don't know what that zone is, it's just you know that you're stuck in something and you don't want to let it go. When is that time?
It's in the wind. I got a
be-
question about the wind to you.
Yes.
Is it like a planning season? Or is this like just like 24? What is this?
Well, planners kind of get stuck on time in the lapse of time. So for me, for instance, I just started a new planning journal because I'm halfway through the year.
Oh, Lord.
So you kind of get stuck on that. You're like, wait, what did I do this year? So you kind of get, I'm halfway through the year. Let me start something new on July 1st. So it's not really a season per se, but it really is an awareness of time and where you are in the year or even in the week. If you look up and it's Wednesday and you haven't done what you want to do Monday and Tuesday, then as a planner, you start bugging out. And now you throw yourself in this zone.
You short
'Cause now
circuit.
it's like, I got 3 days to finish the rest of what I should have done 2 days ago and the rest of the week. So then
Because
you
I spent all my time planning.
But planning is the thing, though. It's not doing it. Planning is the do for me.
That's
Wow.
funny. That is
Yeah.
funny. What is it for you?
You know what? For me, the when, it can be seasonal, but for the most part, it's in the morning.
Yeah.
Early in the morning, it's on with
Yeah.
creation and singing and getting in the zone. I guess it's because I just been asleep all night and now I'm up and ready to go. So it's first thing early in the morning. That's the win for me.
That's the win.
Mm-hmm.
I have experienced in my life not being able to control the wind. And as time progressed, and I became more of a skilled professional in what it was that I want to do and learn, I noticed that I had become able to cut it on and off at will.
Mm-hmm.
And when I believe that when you are a professional at what you do, and when you do possess those skills and gifts and talents, that at a level or a caliber, you should be able to turn inspiration on and off.
Exactly.
Now, that doesn't mean that it doesn't come and hit you, but and there is a window of opportunity for inspiration for that thing, but for the most part, I've learned how to control it over time. Just like, I could be inspired right now.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
I could just be inspired.
Yeah. And I think once you put your finger on it, it becomes easier. Like once you put your finger on what this thing
Identifying
is,
it,
then it becomes easier for you to hone in, like, TaKenya says, and know like the best time for me to do this is morning. Like it kind of helps you to become more aware of when you actually do it best.
Yeah. You was about to say something?
No, I was actually going to say something very similar to that, because like you were saying, when you are skilled in whatever that thing is and it just becomes automatic and you're being inspired at any point in time of the day, you might not necessarily have time to do it at that moment. So you jotting it down or leaving a little note here, voice note here, and then at your peak time, which is for me, I'll bring it back and start all over again. Yeah.
Yeah. That brings up a really good point. I know we other things on the list, but it's like the ability to like almost can inspiration and save it for later.
Harness.
Yeah.
To harness it.
Yeah.
That's incredible to me.
Yeah.
I mean, not just the fact that I can do it, the fact that it can be done.
Can be done, yeah.
Like taking inspiration and saying, hey, I know I can't use you right now.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm going to
Little friend.
I'm going to ball you up and put a nice bow on you and put you on the shelf until until I come back to you. So just stay there.
Stay there, little friend.
Stay there, little buddy.
It's like Indian in the cupboard. When he took his little Indian and he said, I have to put you away now, but stay there.
Stay there, little buddy. I'll be back for you. But seriously, the fact that inspiration can be saved and stored and just, at times unleashed.
Pull it back out and elaborate it on. And,
Yes.
Yep, at your peak time. So, it's important to recognize
it also can be
times.
killed, too.
Don't kill it.
Murdered.
This ain't about murdering it. Don't murder it. Resurrect it if you murdered it.
Yes.
Bring it back.
That was so morbid.
But that's,
But that's the truth.
It's true. So harnessing that time and really figuring out when that peak time is, not to do it, not the time that you have necessarily to available, because sometimes you have to force yourself to carve out that time because, like TaKenya said, mornings is her best time. So maybe she has to wake up earlier. Like, it's a sacrifice you have to make if you know that's your best time.
Yeah. Tell them a little bit about you waking up earlier.
Oh, gosh. Well, my new thing is yoga.
Do the yoga.
So yoga helps me bring it all in because I'm a planner and I would get real crazy with my planning. So yoga kind of helps me bring I don't have ADD, but it helps me bring in that. I think everybody gets morning ADD sometimes. You wake up in the morning and it's like, there's a million things to do. So you're everywhere. And yoga kind of helps me, forces me to sit there. And I wake up early, like 4:30.
Yeah. That's
4:30 in the morning to do my yoga.
I dare you to wake me up at 4:30.
Yeah.
Somebody
4:30?
is getting knocked out.
4:30. I need it. I figured out because it helps me stay on track. If I don't do 4:30, I'm not doing it.
Yeah.
So again, identify that peak time, and I've been doing it 36 days straight now. 4:30 every morning.
You finna get a badge.
Wow.
Get my
Right.
Scouts
Your yoga
honor
badge.
badge.
All right, so
The who is the next one. So the what, when, and the who. So who is with you at these times? Do you do it alone? Who do you like to create with? And who are you creating this stuff for? Like this thing that you do, is it for somebody? Who is it for?
Yeah.
And then what makes these people even worthy of what you're spending your time, your when, and your what creating?
I always say this, that you represent a million other people that are just like you.
If you like to dress up like a baby.
It's somebody out there.
There's somebody else that
There's
likes
somebody
to
out
dress
there.
up like a baby.
So the who is, it started out with me. Like I was just creating it for me.
Yeah.
Like, and then it became, oh, well, I can package this up and this person may like it or this person may like it. But how is it for you personally?
Well, I was thinking about that. Like, is it ever really just for you? Because whatever is created is usually always shared. You share it with somebody else. You might not sell it. You might not give it to somebody else, but you share it in some form of fashion.
Well, there's
and
a
so
relative or a parent.
or a parent. Like if kids, when they drawing their little pictures, they want to draw them and they want to give them to you. They want to give them away. Put them on your refrigerator. Yeah.
Look what I did.
Yeah. I mean, and like you just said that it's a million other people out there that are like you or have your similar experiences to you, and the stuff that you create, somebody else can identify with.
Yeah.
So,
Yep. Identification is a really like powerful word, like uniting word, because it reflects like the fact that I connect with you, with somebody I don't know about something that once did not exist in this, very strange way. So, when you create something, like I would agree with you, T, that it starts out being for you, but it's this like urge.
yes.
It becomes like this fire to let other people know
Yeah.
and see it.
Yeah.
Now some people get addicted to that fire. Some people, that fire take you right on off a cliff if you let it.
And that fire is
Yeah.
for you, but it's also for those who have been around you, watching you kind of engulf yourself into this thing. Like, you can't really spend this much time, this much money doing this one thing and nobody asks what you're doing.
Mm-hmm.
Like, somebody's going to ask what you're doing. And as soon as they ask, your passion comes out.
Yeah.
And then it becomes, okay, well, I got to hear that or I got to see that. Like, there's no way you can just tell me you've been doing that for 24 hours this week and I haven't seen it or heard it. So even if you start by doing it for yourself, it comes out of you and it flows out of you because the excitement's there. And then the people around you start to be like, oh, what is that you just spend all that time doing?
Right. And we're talking to entrepreneurs and business people and artists that are entrepreneurs. If you don't know, you are an entrepreneur. You are a business person.
Yeah.
You're a CEO of your own company. And it would be injustice to yourself to only make it for yourself.
Right.
Now, there are some things that are private that you just make, but at some point, it gets to it's made for someone else to see it.
Yeah. And like, even with me and my, my crazy planning craze, like, eventually that was something that I could share with other people who need it, especially with the financial side of planning. Like, it was some crazy spreadsheet I was keeping for myself. But then, like I said, people would start to say, well, how are you doing that?
Yeah.
Like, can you show me what you're doing? And then it becomes, out of this hermit shell. And now it's like, you have to share it, not only because it benefits you to share it, because as I shared it, it made me even develop it even more and even better for myself.
Right.
But it also helped me to develop it more and even better for their needs. Like, something I didn't think that, oh yeah, I probably should have considered putting that here, so.
And that's what I think a business is.
Yeah.
That's actually what a business is. Of course, you have these products and these services and these ideas and talents that you want to share, but they form
Morph.
They morph
Yeah.
into these sometimes come from these self-indulgent things that, and that's not a bad thing.
Yeah.
But it's these things that you see a problem with, you see a solution for,
That you can spend millions of years trying to create on your own.
yeah,
Before you share it.
and that you do sometimes,
Yeah.
and it's like that's what the purpose of your business is, to show someone else, as many people as you can, what it is that you have passion for, because they want to connect with it. And you deep down inside, you want them to connect, and you know that somebody else does connect to it.
Yeah. And now we're on the where. What spaces put you in the most creative zone? Where are you in your life's journey when you put this thing, like when this thing comes in the forefront?
Yeah.
Like, even recognizing emotionally, or like we were talking about before, in the cycles of life, where are you? Like, is it when you just completed a big project? Is it when, around the holidays, where you kind of feel like, I'm at a place where I feel, family is a big thing right now. So, hey, I'm going to create a whole bunch of Christmas family music. Like, where are you in your life that motivates you into this creative zone of that thing that you do?
And where are you physically?
Right.
Like,
physically, yeah.
where are you physically at too? I see that as being, a way to look at it. Also,
give us an example of that. What you mean?
The internet, is amazing.
Yep.
The creation of something so powerful that connects. I mean, and then I'll take it even a step further. Social media, because you can be where you are in your life, and physically, with the help of others, and then show people what stage you're at.
Okay.
Right now, like where you at, and even what stage you're at.
Right.
And have them connect instantly to you.
Yeah.
Instantaneously. Like, you could get likes and people's comments, people's feedback.
Yeah, because that's kind of emotional too. Like
Yeah.
when you're like the things I see that get the most likes are those moments, those peak moments. Like I graduated, I just had a baby, like, and people are like all over that because it's something I could relate to.
Right.
So it's like in your creative zone, like where are you in your life when you can type where you are on a social media site and somebody instantly says, "Oh, I can relate to that."
Now imagine showing those same people from a business person standpoint, from an entrepreneurial standpoint, your passion, because we've been talking about passion, your passion and where you are and what you're doing and how you're establishing something and
Right.
your process and your journey. Imagine telling them that instantaneously, getting feedback, getting responses,
Yeah.
and having people see what phase you're in, your journey, having people, recognize your quality, recognize your value. That's super powerful to me.
Super powerful. And
Yeah.
and recognizing those spaces that, to your point, internet is very powerful, and recognizing those spaces really allows you to capitalize on getting that, as like business people, so getting that content.
Yeah.
So if
Yeah.
you're in the middle of drawing a painting, like share the painting, like share the middle of it and be like, kind of stuck. Like people relate to where you are in your process.
In your process,
Right.
yeah.
Yeah.
No, you got your super casual content, you got your casual content, you got your formal content. Like, and they're all necessary. And the fact that you can grow from your casual content as a business person, as an entrepreneur, into more formal content, and then your audience sees that growth with you.
Yeah.
They take that journey with you. That's invaluable.
Where, and now we're on the why. So this is when you really get down to, after you've discovered what it is, when you do it, who you like to do it with, where you are most creative and most where you get in that zone, physical space, online space, sharing that with people. Then it's really after evaluating those things, why do you even like doing this?
Yeah. And sometimes that takes years to figure out.
And that's ever evolving.
But with dedicated and delegated people that have walked this process before you, you can navigate that water a little better and navigate that question. The why do you love doing what you do, TaKenya?
I love doing what I think I love doing what I enjoy doing. Because of the feeling of satisfaction. I think that's the most important thing. Like, you can be doing a lot of stuff and you can be doing it well to somebody else's perspective, but when you're doing the thing that you're passionate about, there is a level of satisfaction and contentment that is released when you complete it, when you finish it. You can do a lot of other stuff. You can do a lot of stuff well, but there's a different level of satisfaction that you feel when you do what you love. And so when I do what I love, there is a level of satisfaction that can't compare to anything else. And I think that that's probably true for everybody who's very passionate about something.
I would agree. Yeah. I would agree. Why would you?
Why do I love it?
Yeah.
Oh man.
Why do you love planning?
Because I think that you can really get caught up in the end thing, the big end, unreachable elephant of a dream or of a goal, and you kind of just sit back and say, yeah, it'll happen. And without the planning, you'll look up and it didn't happen. So I love it because it not only helps me, but it's allowed me to help guide other people through that process too, of Like you can accomplish that big thing, but you got to do that in between. And what I love about it is seeing the in-betweens and then looking up and looking back down like this huge staircase and seeing that you actually have stepped up some steps. You know, that if you didn't put them in place, you never would have known that you stepped up them in the first place. So I love it for that reason, because progress is what keeps people sane. And if you don't have a plan, then you can't see your progress.
That was deep. Progress is what keeps people sane.
It does.
Yep.
Yeah, it does. It really does. People need to see progress in their
see
lives.
progress.
That's the truth.
They do.
Yeah.
I would say that why I love doing what I do. That's such a hard answer for me. But because of so many different things. So I'll just talk about music. Then I'll say one more thing. Musically, because when you hear a track, a beat, or just music, period, not the vocal part of it, the instrumentation part of it,
Right.
and it makes you want to jump off of something.
Hey, now.
if it makes you want to fly.
Yeah.
Now, I'm not saying, she the vocal girl, vocal woman, vocal queen.
We've heard him hit some high notes in his day, though. You know.
Oh, I know.
Absolutely.
But I'm just saying.
YouTube Kitt and the Beat Machine.
I'm just saying, when you hear a beat that punches you in the spine, it ain't no feeling like that in the world.
No.
It ain't no feeling like that in the world.
Yes.
That just you felt like this track just broke your neck.
Yes.
Literally.
Oh, my
Literally,
goodness.
this track just broke your neck. I can't explain that. That's only something
It is, right?
that people who relate to that can understand.
I can relate, because the other day I was driving, and like you said, it's not the vocal thing for you, but it is for me. I was listening to Bobby McFerrin do some kind of example on YouTube, and I was in the car by myself, and I let out this massive yell like I was at a football game or something. It was just crazy, because it was just that level of quality.
Yeah.
Just like you heard the beat. It just, man, it was.
It's nothing like it.
Yeah.
It's
That's how I
nothing
feel when
like
I
it.
listen to my Michael Hyatt podcast.
Your
The way
Dave
he talks
Ramsey.
about planning and
Your
productivity.
Dave Ramsey.
It just takes me to another place.
Yeah. But seriously, like that's the
When I hear
That's the
when I
feeling.
hear the debt-free screams on Dave Ramsey, to that point, like, and I love music too, so I understand I could relate to all the music stuff. But from your point and my passion, when I hear the debt-free screams on Dave Ramsey and like hear because it's a progress scream. There's a family or a couple that paid off thousands of dollars in debt. And the way they scream that, like, you can feel it in your soul.
Yeah.
And their progress ignites your progress. And you're like, yeah, I can do it too.
That's a great terminology. Feel it in your soul.
Feel it in your
Feel it in your soul.
But it's funny how that translates differently.
matter what it is.
It's
Yeah.
the same feeling,
The
but
same
it's
feeling.
translated differently in this room,
Yes.
3 different ways. Like when I heard I've been waiting on this my whole life. Oh my! When that kick drum, that kick drum dropped on graduation, I said,
Good morning.
I said, my life will never be.
I have graduated.
Hey, say what you want
Dropped
about
out, whatever it
Say
is
what
that he
you
wants
want
me to
about
do.
Ye. When that kick drum dropped, it changed. It sent a ripple through the world.
It did.
It did. But it's funny how it translates 3 different
Yes.
ways. Singing, planning, beats and creation, all that stuff. But that was the term. Feel it in your soul.
Feel it in your soul.
Feel it in your soul.
So that's really
Feel it in your soul.
Uh-oh.
There she goes. She feel it.
She about to queue
She
up.
feel it.
Let's hurry up and end this. She about to queue up.
But really, if you noticed, one of the things that we didn't talk about, asking these 3 W's that our teachers taught us about in 5th grade, 4th grade, really helps you kind of get to that, what that thing is that you feel in your soul. But what we didn't really say, if you didn't notice, is we didn't tell you to consider how much you paid to do this, how much it costs to do this.
Yeah.
We didn't tell you compare your thing to somebody else's thing.
Right.
Like we said, if you like to dress up like a baby, somebody else likes to dress up like a baby. So it's no
Sure.
point of comparing like, oh, what he does gonna reach 1 million people and what I'm doing. It's probably only like 5 of us. Like you have no idea there are 1 million people out there that like to do what you do. So if you notice, we didn't hone in on that because that doesn't matter. If you do the thing that you are here to do, you'll attract those people that are also here to do that thing.
Yep.
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
Yeah.
And you'll attract people that
Need that
appreciate.
thing.
That
Yeah.
that
That
appreciate it, that need
appreciate.
it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because everybody needs it.
Yep. Asking these questions opens your eyes to what you already know.
Because you already know that thing.
You know it.
You know it.
It's in there.
As soon as we say it.
Whoa, wait. Somebody said it's in there. It's in there. Please don't scare the listeners away.
It's in there.
No.
Get it out. Up and out. Up and out.
Up and out.
So, to all of our goalies,
All right, goalies.
we want to encourage you to achieve your goals by sharing your experiences. And guess what? We want to share our experiences with you and our goals with you. And our goal right now is we're currently working on 1,000 views on YouTube. Now, we're a big firm believer in baby steps.
So thank you for being here and helping us reach that goal because you are one of those 1,000. And hopefully you listen to this over and over again as it helps you ignite your passion and continue to hone in on that thing.
Yeah.
All right. So join us next time, and we'll continue to provide more of the stuff you need to motivate you on your entrepreneurial endeavors.
So next time, I'm Kitt.
I'm Aleicha.
And I'm TaKenya.
And this is
#SquadGoals.